Shout outs to Beatfreeks TV. Much love from Reverie.
This too shall pass, and in the morning when you get up in the school and class, learn everything you can and utilize the knowledge. So fucking proud of you that you go into college.
The UK is really dope. So far I've been shown a really good time. The hip hop scene's cool. It's really conscious, and they've been really like welcoming and friendly to us as like outsiders, you know, like not every hip hop community is like that, and I like it a lot. Since I've been here, I've just been like networking, meeting people, doing interviews. We did like a music video. I've been kicking it with Lyrically Challenged. They're hip hop, all female hip hop group from out here. They're really dope. And then we just been like doing all the tourist shit, like sightseeing, shopping.
Can you do a British accent?
Just a little bit. It's funny because back home I always like do that accent with my friends. Like since high school we were always like, oh hey, hello Mark, like all the time, like we always make that. So now I'm here where it's like the real, they really do it here, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like
when over here we all do the American accent, like, in school and everything. Mine's really bad sometimes. You just finished your tour around Europe. Whereabouts did you go?
The first stop was Leipzig, Germany. We hit Zurich, Switzerland. Then we went over to France and we hit up Dijon, Paris, and Roubaix. And then the last stop was Porto in Portugal. And so now we're here in London, just chilling for a week. I'm actually planning on doing a tour here in the UK in May, next May. So May 2014, come through.
Can you talk us through your journey as an artist so far? Like where you started?
Well, I always wrote poems like since I was a little girl. Like ever since I learned how to spell and form sentences, like I've been like writing poems and stuff. And like when I was little, I used to get my poems published in like books, and like I would win like contests and stuff like for my poetry. And then when I was like in junior high, I discovered underground hip hop, and then that's when I started turning my poems into raps. And then since then, like I started recording when I was like almost through with high school. I think it was in my senior year when I started recording like my first couple songs. But it was just for fun. Like I never like planned on like doing anything with it. Like I just wanted to try it, you know. And then I moved like far from LA. I moved to Washington State. It's like 2 states north of California, where I'm from. And then my brother Lowden, me and Lowden started making music, and then that was when I was like 19, he was like 17, and then we didn't have any friends. We were like loners. It was just me and him and my mom, like that's it. And we were so bored, we had nothing to do. We were like, and my dad bought us like an inbox when we moved up there, like and then we were like, fuck it, let's just record, you know. And then we dropped our first mixtape. Like I had a little bit of fans, but not too many. But people were like, oh, when are you gonna drop your project? What's up with the project? You know, and I was like, let's do a project, fuck it, you know? And then I dropped my first mixtape with Lowden on, I think it was like July 2009, I think. And it was called Castle in the Air, which is a synonym for Reverie, which means daydream. My name means daydream, but they all mean the same thing anyways. That's why I named it that. And yeah, and then we got like, I remember we got like, it was in the MySpace days. We had it up on MySpace, and MySpace had the play counter, and I remember we got like 3,000 plays in like 24 hours, and we were like, oh my god, like, this is so cool. Like we were so excited because we never got that many plays, you know. And then that's when we were like, dang, let's put another one out, you know. And then like a year later we did it again, and then now 4 years later we're here in Europe, and we just finished our first tour over here. So it's cool, like it's going really well. We're working really hard though. It's a lot of fucking work.
Which would you say is your favorite mixtape you've been producing?
My favorite project is definitely The Transition, which is the latest. Yeah, it's the latest project that I dropped. I hate all my other projects. I don't like them. I like a couple songs from each one, but for the most part I don't like them. But The Transition, I'm so proud of it. Like I like every single song, I like every single beat, the flows, the topics, the metaphors, everything. Like I just think it's a very well put together project. Like I worked so hard on it. Like,
do you do the artwork on your mixtape?
I don't do the artwork on all of them. It's me and my brother. One of my brothers, Ryan, Like he did the Castle in the Air mixtape cover, and he did the Sitting Upside Down album cover, but I did the Half Full cover and the Transition cover. Yeah. And so I do some of the artwork. I also did all the artwork that was inside Sitting Upside Down. I do a lot of artwork, yeah. I like doing the artwork for my CDs. But my brother's so dope, so sometimes I'm like, just do it for me. Like, you know, like, he's a beast.
I feel like got a pretty creative family.
It's crazy because I have 6 brothers. There's 8 kids all together, and there's 6 boys and 2 girls, and all of us make music. Like, except for Mikey, he doesn't make music. He doesn't. He's the only one.
Why is art important to you?
Art is important to me because it's like my outlet. Like, that's how I release all my tension and my anger and even my happiness. I just use it to my advantage. Like, I think people don't realize how helpful art can be and how stimulating it can be and how it can relieve so much tension and aggression that people hold within us. And I think publicly expressing your art is like amazing. I want everybody to try it. It has like saved my life, literally. Like, I don't think I would be here right now if I didn't start rapping.
Why do you think art's important for the world?
I just think it's important just for all the same reasons why I like it. Like, I think that we need to really, like, I think in schools we should teach more art, and we shouldn't just have like drawing class. We should have like pottery and sculpting and music and poetry class and like public speech classes, like in high school. Like, I think we need more like outlets and like electives for kids to do, because I just think kids really need to express themselves. Like, people, especially in high school, like, you have so much like it's going on, you don't understand the world, you're so new to it, you think everyone hates you, you know. Like, I think if we had like more ways for kids to like express themselves, I think there would be less violence, less like ditching in school, less of all the negativity. I think art is just so important for the world. Like, it lets you express yourselves. Like, even like the art here, like architecture and stuff, like I consider that art. Like, the architecture here is amazing. Like, it's so dope, it's so inspirational. I don't know, I consider everything art, like speeches and like the way people handle things. Like, it's really an art, like, to run like an organization or like a show or like a government. Like, that's an art. Like, you have to know how to do that shit. Like, that's a skill. It's something that you have to learn and you have to perfect. Like, it's a craft. Like, I think that art is just so like universal too at the same time, whether it be like music or like visual art or anything like that. I think it just shows people like how we're all so different and we all come from different parts of the world, but we're all still so similar because we can all appreciate the same things. I don't really have like a preference of what I would rather write about, whether it be between being happy or being negative, but I find that I just naturally write more when I'm in a bad mood or when I'm sad or when I'm like just going through a struggle or whatever. When I'm happy, I don't really think about writing a rap too much. Like, it just doesn't cross my mind. But when I'm sad or something, it's just like, damn, I feel like I need to write. It's like my cigarette. Like, I don't smoke cigarettes, but when I write, it feels like yeah, for sure. People always use what I say against me, like, all the time. Like, every single day I get comments like talking negatively about things that I have said or done that I have like shared with the public, with like in my music. And it's cool. Like, I'm used to it. Like, I get like negative comments like every day. Like, it never fails. Like, at least like a couple every day. And
how'd you deal with it?
I'm used to it already. Luckily, I had a lot of like problems in high school, like with a lot of people. Like, I had like a lot of enemies in high school, and like I used to get in a lot of fights because nobody liked me. So I'm already used to like people talking shit about me and it not being true, and I don't even like it doesn't affect me. Like,
do you think those experiences in high school like shape the person you are today? Like?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like, I'm so sympathetic with people, and I don't really like make fun of people, and I don't like gossip about people. I mean, everybody's human. I do once in a while, you know, but I try not to because I've been in that position. Like, I got bullied a lot in high school my first couple years, like, and then I just had to start fighting everyone, and that's when the bullying kind of stopped. And I think that did like help me become more like humble and like just like aware of other people's feelings, pretty much. And it made me stronger now because I learned how to just block it out, you know. Like, you can't listen to that shit, especially in high school. Like, you can't care what everyone's thinking about you. And so I just carried it out into like my adulthood, and I just don't really care. Like, I'm so satisfied with what I'm doing and who I am and being true to myself that nobody can affect me. Like, the only people that can affect me are like my mom, my dad, my brothers, and my boyfriend. Like, other than that, I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about me. Like, I could care less. Like, as long as I have those people on lock, I'm good.
So you've got a crew called Pinup Girls.
The Pinup Girls.
Can you explain a little bit about that crew, how it came together?
Yeah, for sure. So the Pinup Girls, that's like my best friends. Like, we're just a crew of like basically best friends who grew up together. Like, we've all been kicking it since like high school and shit. And we all, like, not all of us do graffiti, but most of us do graffiti. And the people that don't do graffiti, they'll be like the lookouts, you know, like, oh, the cops are coming, like, oh shit, okay, like, let's walk. And then like the cops never suspect us because we're girls, you know what I mean? Like, it's all good. And like, we all dress like just like regular, you know, so it's cool. And like, they're like my best friends. Like, I love the Pinup Girls. Like, they're so dope. They've been my support system since I was like in high school. Like, we love each other like sisters. Like, we talk about everything. Like, whenever there's like an argument, we always resolve it. Like, and there's a lot of us, there's like 10 of us, and we're just like so closely knit. Like, I've never met a group of girls that were as closely knit as us. Like, in high school there was a lot of people that were best friends and stuff, but now that we're like in our 20s and shit, I don't think anybody else hangs out the way we do. Like,
why do you think that is?
I think we just are just so close because we're just so real. Like, we have like a group of like real ass women who have been through like some crazy shit in life. Like, all of us come from like broken homes. Like, just we've all been through like some real shit, and we all just really relate to each other, and we're just so close because we've shared so many memories, and we've just expressed our problems, and we've helped each other get through it. And I'm just so appreciative that I have friends like that. Like, I don't know what I would have done without them. Yeah.
What came first, graffiti or rapping?
Graffiti came first, for sure. That's my first love. I started tagging when I was like 9 or 10 or something like that, and I just used to tag like in like bathroom stalls and shit, like all scared with the Sharpie, you know, like just little bitch spots like that. And then I started using cans when I was like in high school, and that's when I kind of got like, holy shit, like, you know, like super into it, and just like I was like bombing everywhere, freeways, like heaven spots, bridges. Like, nobody wants to pen with me because like I want to do like the craziest spots, you know. My friends are like, no, you're crazy, what if we fall? I'm like, we're not gonna fall. Like, but I love graffiti, I love it. I wish I could get paid to do graffiti instead of rapping.
Have you been tagging around Europe?
A little bit.
On the slide.
No cans, but you know, I have some streaks in my bag and a glass scrub. I'll be going crazy.
What's it like being female in hip hop right now?
Being a hip hop and female, I mean, being a hip hop and female. Being a female in hip hop is dope as fuck. I love being a female in the game. I think it's cool because right now, like, a lot of like really strong female MCs are coming up, and I think like this is like, I really think we're gonna change hip hop like for the better, like for women anyway. Like, we're really like breaking down all the walls, breaking down all the barriers that we have been facing like since day one, you know. Like, women always have it harder than men. Like, we still haven't had a woman president in the United States. Like, just like even in like the field of law and like doctors and stuff, there's less women in everything. Like, and so I think it's cool, like slowly like all those things are like just being like defied, and like I think right now we're really gonna change it. I'm really happy to be a part of it. But it's also really hard to be a woman though in the game, because like a lot of guys don't take you serious. A lot of guys, they want to work but they just want to fuck, you know. And then like we also face like a lot of double standards, like with lyrical content. Like, if a guy says like, oh, I slept with 3 girls last night and they were all sisters, you know, they're like, oh, that's cool. But if a girl said I slept with 3 brothers last night, that would be like, oh, what a slut, like, you know. So we have to face shit like that. And like also I think it's harder for girls to like maintain a fan base and to like keep it, and because like guys that are talented, like they're gonna have like their fan base to me is like divided in half. Like, there's gonna be like the real fans who really appreciate the movement and the music and the lyrics, and they really listen to that shit and they appreciate the artist for their sound. But then the other half is gonna be like the groupies who just want to suck his dick, you know what I mean, like straight up. And that's gonna be a shitload of girls, because, you know, like that's just how it is. But with girls rappers, like, we don't have all those groupies on the side. So we have to work hard to really put some dope shit out there that's gonna sound good and mean something, you know what I mean? So I think we face a lot of disadvantages, but there is a lot of advantages at the same time. At the same time, there's not as many female MCs, so it's kind of easier to push your way up to the top as long as you work hard, you know? I don't know, there's ups and downs to it.
Yeah. Like, what can women bring to hip-hop that men can't? Do you think there is anything there?
Yeah, definitely. I think we can bring the women's perspective that a man could never understand, ever. Men and women are so different. We're so the same, but we're so different.
What is your perception of femininity?
I don't want to say like being a female is like having long, beautiful hair and big breasts and a voluptuous body, because there's some women that are bald and like want to, you know, dress like butch or whatever, and that's still femininity. There shouldn't be any labels or standards that we have to live up to. I don't think I'm any more feminine than anyone else that I've ever walked by, you know what I mean? Like, I think being feminine is just being a woman and being happy in your skin. Like, that's what it all boils down to, like just embracing your body and yourself.
What do you think about mainstream music?
Mainstream music, I don't really listen to mainstream music, but I don't have a problem with it. I like a couple years ago though, I was on that like super underground tip, like fuck the radio, fuck Nicki Minaj, fuck Drake, fuck Lil Wayne. Like, I was all like, I just hated that music. I couldn't stand it. But then one day it just like hit me, like I was like, you know what, I shouldn't be hating these people that I don't even know, and I shouldn't be mad that the reason I hated them was because I think they're ruining hip-hop, like to be like straight up about it. So, but I realized, I was like, you know what, they don't want to make the style hip-hop that I like, and they want to do something completely different with their music, so I shouldn't be mad at them for chasing their dreams and doing what they want to do and doing the music that they love. Like, I shouldn't be mad at somebody for doing what they love and being successful at it. I should be instead bracing my fellow human being to where coming up in this world, it's so hard to do that, you know? So now I just see it as like, I can respect like the mainstream music. I don't necessarily listen to it. I like it in the club, you know, but outside of the club I don't really like it, but it's cool. Like, I respect it. I respect their grind. It's all a hustle. Like, most of those people came from shit, like, so it's cool. Like, I respect that. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, yesterday we were watching a Nicki Minaj video that she did before she blew up, and she did like a cover of like a Biggie song, and she was like with all these hood rats in her music video. Have you seen it? Yeah, and she was like super hood, and I was like, dang, she used to be dope. Like, cause I like hood girls, you know, like, and I was like, that's cool. Like, if she, like, obviously she just wanted to blow up and get rich and be on TV, and that's cool. Like, that was her dream. Like, I'm happy for her. Like, that's dope, you know?
What artists do you listen to at the moment?
At the moment, I've been listening to a lot of Idea, a lot of Frank Ocean, Lana Del Rey, Kendrick Lamar, Absol, Murs. Yeah. Yes, Absol is so dope. I like the Book of Soul, the Long Term 2 mixtape is what I've been bumping lately. Yeah, it's so sick. It's so fucking dope. Who else? My brother's been listening to A$AP Ferg nonstop, so I've been listening to him. He's cool. A$AP Rocky, so hot. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my playlist as of the moment. And of course, like, the same people are always on, like, the people I always listen to are like Living Legends, Aaliyah, the Beatles, Tupac, you know, like, yeah, like, in 5 years I probably want to still be traveling around and shit, doing tours with Lowden and just making music, making hella fucking, making like timeless music. That's what I want to do. I want to make music that people can listen to in 20 years and 200 years and it'll still be dope, you know? I don't want my music to fade away.
What advice would you give in young people who have a passion for making music?
People ask me for advice like all the time for like, how do you make music and how do you come up and shit, and I always tell them to be yourself. It's most important to be yourself. Don't try to be something that you're not. Don't try to impress people, because it's not gonna work. You can't worry about what people are gonna think about you, or it's not gonna work either. Like, if you want to make music, you have to be ready to be criticized and be put down. It just comes with it. It's part of the business, and just be careful like who you trust. Like, don't really trust anybody. Always be ready for somebody to stab you in the back if you didn't come up with them. You know, like, the industry has a lot of shady people. There's a lot of shady shit out there, and just stay true to yourself. And just I do my music for the passion, so I would recommend people to do it for the passion. I don't do it to to be rich and have a mansion and a Cadillac, you know what I mean? Like, that's not something I ever wanted. If you're trying to get rich and have a bunch of girls, it's probably the wrong reason to be doing it, and it's probably not gonna happen if you do it like that, you know? Like, there's the people that are on the radio that are doing that, but they're one in like whatever 8 billion, however many people we have on our planet. Like, that's slim to none. You're not gonna get that. So just do it for the passion and be yourself.
You want to introduce Lowden?
Ah, hell yeah.
I'm fucking cold.
I know, I'm
I should've wore
freezing.
pants.
So this is Lowden. He's
What
my
up?
producer, my DJ, my little brother, my homie.
Yeah. Homie for the life. Nah, what up? It's Lowden Beats, chilling right here with Reverie in the UK. Yeah, Beatfreeks TV. We've been making music for 4 years. Yeah, like 4
2009.
years. 2009, yeah. And that's what we're working on. Like she was talking about earlier, the Castle in the Air, and we're like tripping out. So then we just kept going from there, and now we're here. And it's still more music. When we get back home, it's like music. So
What can we expect from future music from you guys?
yeah, we're coming out with a CD on the 25th of December.
Christmas, yeah.
Christmas, yeah. It's like an annual Christmas present we put out.
For our fans, yeah.
Yeah.
We give them
We've
a
done
free
it
download link every
for like
Christmas.
the past 3 years, huh?
This is gonna be the 3rd year.
Yeah, this is gonna be the 3rd year, so. And then after that, we're releasing a CD in March. Sometime in the beginning or the end, middle of March or something. So yeah, that's new music.
What's it like working with your sister?
It is super dope. It's cool. I like working with her than anyone else, just because the vibes are just there, you know, like brother sister vibe. And
It's cool because we share like the same story. Like, we came from the same house. Like, we grew up together, so we know each other's background, and we feel like the passion in the lyrics and in the beats because we know exactly where it's coming from, you know?
and it's like no embarrassment at all. Like if you mess up or I mess up, and it's all good.
Yeah, like I like recording with my brother the best. Like sometimes I'll write a song and then like if I'm recording it with someone else, like I'll be like about to record it and then I read the lyrics and I'm like, oh, I'm embarrassed to say it in front of that person, you know, and I'm like, oh, hold on, let me change it really quick, you know?
So do you think that's why you can be so raw in your music then?
Yes.
Just, like, honest and open?
Yes, it's easy because it's my brother. Like, I'm not embarrassed. Like, he's seen me at my worst and my best, you know what I mean? And the same with me.
Same
So
thing.
I have like, I'm not embarrassed. Like, I love him and he loves me regardless, so I have no shame, you know what I mean? I don't need to be embarrassed. Yeah.
What star signs are you?
I'm an Aries.
I'm a Capricorn. Yeah.
I'm an Aries too, so it's a founder of Beatfreeks. So can you tell us why Aries women are so amazing?
Aries. Me, shout out to my homegirl Belle the Wonder too, because she's an Aries too, and we're always like, Aries, Aries. Like, Aries are so dope. Like, if you're an Aries woman, I've never met an Aries woman that I didn't get along with like that. Like, every time I meet an Aries, like, we're like, woo, like we connect so easy. Like, it's dope being an Aries though, because we're really we have a hard drive. We're very motivated. We're like go-getters. Like, you know, like we're just very strong. But then at the same time, we can be like overbearing and opinionated, and we're kind of rude sometimes. Yeah, so we're kind of rude sometimes, but we don't mean to be rude. No, we are sensitive, but like our exterior doesn't show that we're sensitive, so we might come across as a little too straight up, you know, and so people will take that as us being mean, but we're not mean. We just don't want to sugarcoat shit. You know?
In our head, it just comes out of our mouth and we don't think about it. We're really warm-hearted.
Yeah, we're very impulsive. Yeah, we're very like loving though. We want to put everyone's happiness first before ours.
If you could be an animal, what animal would you be?
Oh my god, someone asked me this one time. I was like, I don't know.
I would be a giant bear. You could run fast and you could fuck shit up. And you could eat whatever you want.
And you sleep for like
and
a long
you
time.
sleep forever.
I think I would just be a pig. So I could just like lay out in the mud all day, just chilling and just eating all day in the sun, just like look all cute.
But then they'll kill you for bacon.
That's all good. When the time comes, the time comes. I like pigs, they're really cute. Yeah, shout out to Beatfreeks, thank you for having us. Much love to Lowden, shout out to South Provoke, my family, my Pinup Girls, LA, West Coast, and just Europe. You guys have been amazing to us. We are so grateful. Check me out on Facebook, Reverie. Look up Reverie, you'll see me pop up at the top. My Instagram and Twitter is @ReverieLove. If you want to download my music for free, go to www.loudenbeats.com. That's Louden beats.com. And yeah.
Check my Facebook out at Lowden Beats. Just look that up, and then Instagram, Twitter is Lowden Beats too.
If you want to buy any of my CDs or my shirts, go to reverielove.com. Peace.
Yeah.
The shit ain't nothing different. Here we go again, telling each other that maybe we should just be friends.